Welcome back to the channel. Shall we quickly talk about masks? Because I see this whole hoo-ha, people arguing, discussing whether they should wear a mask or not. People telling each other whether, oh, you are not wearing a mask, why? First of all, let's clarify a couple of things. If you're not wearing a mask because you have a medical condition that you don't need to wear a mask, then other people have no right to ask you. So don't go around asking people why they're not wearing a mask, because it's none of your business. Even the police can't ask that. So that's the first thing. Second thing, and I'm talking about the UK, by the way, because the rest of the world, wild, crazy, no laws, no nothing. No one actually knows, even the police. They just go around creating stupid laws. Like Belgium, you have to wear a mask when you're walking down the street, otherwise you get a fine for 300 euros or something. It's like, you're walking down the street on your own, you need to wear a mask because you're protecting what, the insects around you, or the bacteria? But Belgium and Holland are just weird countries. Let's ignore them. Let's talk about the civilized world. Anyhow, the masks. So first thing is that the masks, wherever they're made, I'm sure you've seen plenty of videos online, they're not made in the most hygienic places and under sterile conditions. But let's assume that they're made and they're sterile, although this one says non-sterile on it, so I don't even know what's the point. But the idea is you put a mask on and it goes behind your ears and you tuck it in. Now that's it. You should not be touching the mask, because if you touch the surfaces when you're out and about and you touch the mask, you're actually taking all the germs and bacteria and viruses and putting them onto the mask close to your nose and mouth so you can inhale them. The other thing I see people doing all the time is that they are walking around with the mask and then the mask is like that. There is no point having a mask if your nose is not covered, because what exactly are you doing? Are you just covering your mouth because you have bad breath? Because I don't see why else you would not cover your nose. Anyway, the main thing is I see people taking off their masks and then squidging them with their hands, folding them, putting them in their pocket, then they take it out, and it's like all the sides, everything is touched by your hands that have touched all the surfaces on the metro, on the buses, cafes, restaurants, streets, whatever. Normally, if you're not wearing a mask, you don't go around touching surfaces and then touching your face, or you wouldn't do that and then rub it on your face to say, right, I've now attached all the bacteria to my face so I can inhale them, or viruses. When we're out and about, we usually touch things and then we keep our hands away from our face because we don't want to touch our face with dirty hands. But this thing is like the home of bacteria and viruses, because we're touching everything, then we're touching this and we're sticking it on our face to say, hey virus, stay as close to my mouth and nose as you possibly can and I will make sure you get in. So when you're wearing a mask, I mean, this isn't a hazmat mask, so it's not sealed. So the air that you're breathing is coming out from the sides and the top. So if I'm breathing and I'm walking down the road, then the air is coming out from the sides. So our breath contains small droplets of water or moisture, and that contains the viruses. So those viruses are being pumped out from the sides, and the person behind me who's walking behind me or on my side is inhaling that. It's virtually pointless and stupid as hell. Whether you wear a mask or not doesn't make any difference. If you're going to catch it, you're going to catch it. So this whole thing has been created by the masses, because the masses want the government to do something, even though the government cannot control viruses. And then the government has to do something to be seen that they have listened to the masses and they're taking an action, and therefore everyone's wearing these stupid masks. However, the companies that are making them are making millions out of complete rubbish, pointless things that are probably adding more to transmission of diseases. I would understand if someone put a mask on carefully when they left the house, and every time they removed the mask, they would throw it away and take a fresh one. I could understand that that could have some logical sense. When you're working in a theatre, I used to be a surgeon and worked in hospitals. You go and you prepare for an operation, a surgery that you're going to perform, and you wash your hands and you hold them up like that, so the water that you've used drips down to your elbows and it doesn't come back to your hands. Then you put your gloves on and the mask, and then everything is thrown away once you've finished the procedure. It's not like, okay, the mask is on my face, now next person I'm going to operate on will have the same, I'll just use the same mask. It's just ridiculous, but unfortunately people are ridiculous, governments are ridiculous, and we are just sheep and we keep following it. So if you're wondering whether a mask is useful or not, it's utterly useless. So many doctors and medical experts have also said this, so I'm not the only one telling you this. But it's a symbol of following the government guidelines. So whether you put a band on your shoulder with a mark of which party you're following, or whether you put a mask on your face, shows you're listening to the government. Thanks for watching.